Today's historic agreement is a bold new step towards peace in the Middle East. But here in New York City, the latest battle on the war against terrorism is about to be played out in federal court. The World Trade Center bombing trial gets underway tomorrow, and Mary Murphy is here now with a preview for us. Mary?
Okay, thanks, Katie. This is being called the trial of the decade, yet federal marshals say it's their biggest security alert ever. Tomorrow morning, the first roll call for 5,000 prospective jurors who will travel through a frozen zone in Lower Manhattan. The sirens that screeched by Foley Square this past Friday, responding to a minor closet fire in the World Trade Center, served as an eerie reminder of a Friday past, February 26, 1993.
I never want to go through that again. I'll never go in that building. It was horrible, the feeling, not getting out, not being able to get out.
Just a big boom and a flash, and then everything was in ruins.
6.5 months later, construction workers are still sealing up the massive crater from a car bomb that blew through 5 levels of the parking garage beneath the Vista Hotel, killing 6 people and injuring more than 1,000. Meantime, at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, a defense attorney for the accused mastermind of an alleged Muslim fanatical plot delivered a fresh suit to his client to prepare for jury selection.
I think it's the concern of all Muslims in America and throughout the world that this case is not a case about a code word called Islamic fundamentalism.
But prosecutors believe Abdullah's client, Egyptian-born Mahmoud Abba Halima, organized a group of Islamic terrorists united in their hatred of Western democracies with pro-Israeli stands. Among the 4 suspects appearing for trial tomorrow is 25-year-old Mohammed Salameh, who was photographed 3 years ago outside the state trial of El Said Nosair, an Arab acquitted of killing Rabbi Meir Kahane. Prosecutors say Salameh rented the van that carried the Trade Center bomb, then got arrested when he returned a week later to get a refund. The government says phone records show Salameh frequently called a 3rd suspect, chemical engineer Nadel Ayad, from the Jersey City storage facility where a deadly mix of chemicals was allegedly stashed. And prosecution briefs state that police found a timing device for bombs in Ayad's home. Only the 4th suspect, Ahmad Ajaj, was nowhere near the Trade Center when it was bombed. He was already in federal detention, accused of illegally entering the United States last September carrying bombing manuals. The FBI believes this fugitive, Ramzi Ahmed Youssef, arrived here with Ajaj and disappeared after the bombing.
Youssef is sometimes masquerades as an electrical engineer. He has a thorough knowledge of chemicals and explosives.
One person who won't be physically present at the trial is Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman, accused of being the spiritual leader to the defendants. He will face a later trial in a case where security concerns are an understatement. This graphic shows the frozen zones where no traffic or people dare tread next to and behind the United States courthouse. For the last several weeks, U.S. Marshals from around the country have been filtering into New York City. They are part of the National Special Operations Group, and they've already set up a command center here at the U.S. Attorney's Office in St. Andrews Plaza, also at the federal courthouse right next door. They will study photos and diagrams of the courtroom where the trial will take place, and diagrams of the surrounding floors, not to mention the entire perimeter of the courthouse.
They're going to create an aura of fear in the courthouse, combined with the pretrial publicity.
Robert Ellis represents Bilal Alkaisi, a Jordanian-born cab driver who shared a bank account with Mohammed Salameh. Alkaisi's case was recently severed from the others, even though a witness claims Alkaisi appeared at the storage facility where the chemicals were kept.
Let me just say, Mary, that eyewitness identification is probably the least reliable kind of evidence you can have in a criminal trial.
Why is that?
Because people are prone to make mistakes. Didn't you ever run up to somebody at a bus stop, grab their arm and say, "Oh, hi, Mary, there you are," and then say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were somebody else"?
But we have learned prosecutors plan to use plenty of identification testimony. In fact, one witness will testify that he saw 3 of the defendants at a New Jersey gas station at 4:30 in the morning on the day of the Trade Center bombing. They were allegedly filling up a yellow rental van with gas and 1 other car. And we have plenty of other issues to discuss the rest of the week. Barry Cunningham will be doing jury selection beginning tomorrow, and I'll have other reports later in the week.
Terrific. Thanks, Mary.